Southwest Mock 2026, Paper 1, Engineering Science for Intermediate Level. This is for technical schools. Grammar school students doing physics and chemistry for the ordinary level also need to know this. The question says the minority charge carriers in an N-type semiconductor are A. Electrons, B. Protons, C. Holes, D. Neutrons. To begin with, what is a semiconductor? It is a material that can sometimes conduct electricity and sometimes not. What if we don't want to use copper? Copper always conducts electricity. It's a conductor. What if we don't want to use rubber? Rubber never conducts electricity. Rubber is an insulator. What if we wanted to use something in between? We will use a semiconductor like silicon. Silicon is the main component used in chips, phones, and other electronic devices. So there are two types that you should know about. You have the N type, and N stands for negative type, and you have the P type. P stands for the positive type semiconductors. So in the N type or the negative type, we have added extra electrons, making that semiconductor or that material more negative. These extra electrons are free to move. And so electrons in this case are the majority charge carriers. We've added extra electrons. How did we do this? If we added atoms of a material that have more electrons, for example, we can add phosphorus. So if you look at the periodic table, you will see that phosphorus has more electrons than silicon. Look at this table here, you can see for yourself. Phosphorus has more electrons than silicon, one more than silicon. So if we were to add an atom of phosphorus to a silicon material, now we have an extra electron or more electrons. Those electrons are free to move around from place to place. So we have an N-type or a negative type semiconductor. And the majority charge carrier, what is the charge carrier that is more? Which of them, which charge carriers are more? Well, electrons, because we have added extra electrons. In the P-type semiconductor, we have missing electrons. So in the positive type, some electrons are missing. They're missing. So these missing electrons create spots or gaps. They create gaps because something is missing from those gaps, and those gaps are called holes. So we talk about holes or gaps created by these. So these holes become the main or the majority charge carriers. They are the main or the majority charge carriers in these P-type or positive type semiconductors. So if holes are the majority charge carriers here, therefore what will be the minority? What are the charge carriers that are less in number? Well, it will be electrons, right? Electrons in this case will be the minority charge carriers under P-type. If electrons are the majority charge carriers in the negative type, what will be the minority charge carrier, therefore, in the negative type? Well, there will therefore be holes. So now you understand the concept of N-type and P-type and majority and minority charge carriers. Majority refers to the main charge carriers, while the minority refers to those that are few. So the question says the minority charge carriers in an N-type semiconductor are, so in the N-type semiconductor, the minority charge carriers there are holes. So the correct answer is C, holes.